Hey guys, long time no see. I know it's been a while since I put up a video, but I mean, there's been a couple of things going on. First, I hope you all can tell that I have a new camera and lens. I was trying to increase the quality of my videos, and I was waiting to get all of my equipment so that I could produce something that I would just be happy with. And I did get another camera and I got another lens. It took a little bit of getting used to. I have actually filmed like 4 videos that have not made it to YouTube. Not all on this camera. I was filming some on my old camera, but I knew my new camera was coming, so I was like, I should just wait for the new camera so it can look better, right? Okay, so I didn't put the old ones up. But then I filmed a video with this camera and I wasn't aware that the autofocus on the lens made a lot of noise, and the in-camera microphone thing was picking up that sound. So I was editing the video and, you know, like, yes, I got me a cute little video. And you could just hear like the click, 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 you know, of the focus the entire time. There was no way for me to dull that sound. So I had to scratch that one too. And then, so I was like, okay, I'll order an external microphone. So the first microphone I got, it mounted on top of the camera, but it was too close to the lens, so it also picked up that sound. Then I ordered another microphone, and it's what I'm using right now. It's working a lot better. However, I do feel a little limited in my movements. I'm going to get another portable microphone, but it's a little pricey, so we're going to have to wait on her because that's just not in the budget right now. I have been filming, it just hasn't been getting uploaded. I just don't want to put out content that I'm not 100% happy with, or I don't want to just be filming videos and posting videos just to say that I've done it for the sake of posting something. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was right and it was something that I liked or loved, and I had to upgrade my camera. Like now I'm on Beyonce status when it comes to camera, and before I was on Michelle. So I had to get here. So I've been doing a little bit of shopping, just a little bit. I got a few things from MAC, and I got a couple of things from the Sephora VIB sale. I didn't buy any makeup from Sephora because when I tell you I don't need any more makeup, it's like, it's real. I don't need anything else. So I'll start off with the stuff that I got from Sephora first, just because there's a smaller amount of those items. So the first thing that I got was 2 more beauty blenders. I love these. I use these to apply my foundation and my concealer. I literally have not gone back to a brush to apply my foundation in so many months. It doesn't make any sense. If I don't have my beauty blender, it just makes me really sad. And I have 2, but I've had both of those for probably a year now, and I just felt that I should go ahead and get 2 more because one of them got a hole in it. The other one got some eyelash glue stuck on it. You know, they're kind of round, so they kind of roll, and one of them rolled into the eyelash glue. It was just awful. It was just stuck together, so I was trying to put my foundation on with the eyelash glue, and it was just getting stuck to my face. It was just bad. But you know, I still tried to press through and use it because funds. But because there was a little discount, and it wasn't much. I mean, honestly, wasn't it 20% off in November when they had the VIB Rogue sale? Am I tripping? I thought it was 20% off last year. I mean, maybe it was 15, but they could have gave us 20% off because 15%, I mean, that's just barely just tax. I mean, that's just like a little bit. I mean, I appreciate it, but y'all could do 25% off, 50% off, something like that. For real. So if you haven't tried these, you should definitely give them a try. I'm in love with these. They really make my makeup application smooth and easy, and I'm just an absolute fan. You're supposed to dampen these, like just run them under some water, squeeze them out, roll them around in a paper towel, and they should be a little bit damp because that allows the sponge to not soak up the foundation or whatever you're putting on the sponge. So if you just get it a little damp, then put your foundation on here, or you can put it directly on your face and just blend with this. It'll just make your application just way more flawless, trust me. So try these. If you haven't, Beauty Blender, get them. Going along with the Beauty Blenders, I also picked up 2 more of the Beauty Blender solids. I don't know how many of these I've purchased over the years, but I absolutely love this. So this is what the container looks like. I use these to clean not only my beauty blenders, but also my makeup brushes. All I do is I wet my brushes and I just kind of roll this around on top. It gets all that makeup out. You just rinse this and then rinse your brushes, lay them flat, you're good to go. These have not done me wrong yet, and I will continue to buy these because I love them. So I did go to the Sephora store today, and I ended up picking up this, what is this? First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy Overnight Balm. That's a lot of words. And it says that it's for sensitive skin. I wanted to just get an eye cream because I don't have one. I do have one from Estee Lauder, and I had used it a couple times, and I noticed that when I put it on every day, like every night, I started getting bumps or kind of like a little rash under my eyes where I was applying it, so I had to stop. I think it was just too abrasive for my skin. So because this says that it's for sensitive skin, it had some pretty decent reviews. I think it had maybe 4.5 out of 5 stars on Sephora. People saying that, you know, it works for them with their sensitive skin. They saw results the next day or, you know, within a week or so. And I'm all about that eye treatment. I don't have like harsh lines or crow's feet or anything like that, but I want to keep them from coming. So I will try this and hopefully it will work. I will try it tonight and hopefully I won't break out under my eyes because like I said, that last thing that I use, and I love Estee Lauder skincare products, but that particular eye cream just didn't work for my skin. So we'll give First Aid Beauty a try. I've never purchased or tried any First Aid Beauty products before, so I'm hoping that this works. It looks like it's a lot in here too, but you know what? This ain't filled all the way up to the top, so y'all need to get on with that. Y'all could have filled this up to the top. So that's it for the Sephora things. I told you I didn't get a lot of things for myself. I don't know if I will actually go back and purchase more items at this point because I'm just kind of trying to, you know, slow down the purchasing, roll it back, and sit it on down. So I did get a few things from Ulta. I totally missed the Ulta sale, the 20% off. I literally just stopped getting emails from Ulta because they were sending them every single day and it was just too much. And I missed out on my 20% coupon because I haven't changed my address, so my coupons aren't coming to my house yet for some reason, whatever. So I went in there to use some of my coupons that I had for All May because they had 40% off, and then I had $4 off one item, so I got some lipsticks for like 14 cents. Girl, you better get it. And I wanted to get these Rimmel Scandalize kohl pencils. These have been on my list since forever, but they really don't carry Rimmel in all the CVS's near me or the Walmart. So sometimes I have to spend a little bit more and get them at Ulta. But I did have a $1 off coupon because I don't play that. And the colors that I got are the black one. Does it have a name? I don't know. I think it's just the blackest one. So I got that one. And I also got one that's more of a peachy color. Just so I could use this for my waterline. So you can see how pigmented the colors are. It's just like bomb.com. So I think that's it for Sephora and Ulta. Let's move on to MAC. First of all, I was supposed to go to MAC to get a concealer. That's it. That's it. One thing, one concealer. I went with my friend Melanie. She's a MAC Pro artist and she gets a discount. I think their discount is 30%. So anytime I'm in town with Melanie and she's willing to accompany me to the MAC store, I am going. So she was like, oh, you want to go to MAC? I was like, girl, yes, you know I'm trying to go to MAC. So we went to MAC. And she was like, okay, well, I'm going to run in the store over here. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, cool. So I was like, okay, well, I just want my concealer, whatever. Of course, Melanie was shopping for longer than expected, and she left me in the MAC store for 30 minutes by myself. 30. Every woman knows that's just dangerous. To be left in the MAC store by yourself, swatching, walking around, touching stuff, seeing sparkles and glitter everywhere. It was awful. Moral of the story is I bought about 15 different things. We're not going to talk about it. Yes, we are. Okay, so let's start off with my favorite purchase from MAC. I have just been so in love. I picked up the eyeshadow palette. It has 15 eyeshadows in it, and this is the warm neutral shades. So just look at her. Just love on her for a minute because she is just, I just love her. This has pretty much my heart and joy in a palette because I'm a neutral eyeshadow lover. It's the easiest thing for me to rock with. I don't like to do a lot of bright colors on my eyes. I'll be looking like Ronald McDonald. So this was screaming my name. Okay, so it comes with 15 eyeshadows. All of these eyeshadows you cannot purchase individually. Of course, the lady was selling me. She was like, yes, you should get these because, you know, you would save so much money and you can't buy all these individually. And I was like, yes, you're so right. Put them in my bag. And she did. So I think it has 8 shimmer colors. Yes, it has 8 shimmer colors and 7 matte colors. And I have just been loving this ever since I got it. I'll tell you the colors that are in here. They're Hay, Warm Breeze, Ginger Snap, Dark Brew, Dance in the Dark, Brulee, Vanilla Extract, Honey Lust, Amber Lights, Saddle, Lemon Tart, Creative Copper, Butter Fudge, Divine Decadence, and Unwind. When I tell you I have not been wearing any other eyeshadows but the eyeshadows in this palette, I'm not even playing with you. So this particular palette was $85. If you were to purchase each shadow individually, you would be spending $160 just to purchase 15 eyeshadows by themselves. So you're basically getting all of these shadows for half off for the most part. Unfortunately, she could not use her 30% off for this particular palette because they were saying, you know, it's such a good quality that they're not giving people an additional 30% off when you're already saving almost half off. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that until we had already rung up, but you know, I'm glad I got it. And they did have another palette with the 15 eyeshadows. It was more of like a purple, more purpley, earthy looking colors. I just wasn't feeling that one, so I went with the warm neutrals. And they also had a couple of eyeshadow palettes with 9 mini shades. They weren't as large as the full eyeshadows. I wasn't too crazy about those. Those were $45, but you could use the MAC Pro Artist discount on those. So I got the 15 eyeshadows. I am in love with it. I normally gravitate towards my Lorac Pro palette because it has neutral shades, but this one, I feel like I can do so many things with it. Everyday looks, and I'm just so happy that I got it. I also picked up a Fix Plus. I have never had one of these before, but I know that people use these to spray on their brushes before they put on eyeshadows because they want more pigment or they want the glitters to shine a lot better. So that's why I picked this up. I have been using it to apply my eyeshadows, and I absolutely see a difference. I just do one spray on my eyeshadow brush, tap that brush into my eyeshadows, and pat it on that lid. Girl, you are sparkling and dazzling and just looking like jazz in the park. So if you haven't tried this, you definitely should. You might be able to achieve the same look with plain water. I mean, that would be cheaper, but I've been loving her, and I'm glad I got her too. Y'all know how I feel about the mineralized skin finishes at MAC. That gold deposit is just like divine. So I also got Soft and Gentle. I never thought that I would pick up a color like this because it is so bright, but if you use a light hand with it, if you're, you know, as deep complected as I am, it will be really, really pretty on your skin tone. I have just been loving highlighters lately. I never was a highlighter girl, but now all of a sudden they're just my thing. So I had to get this because I was in the store for 30 minutes and I was swatching everything, and everything was pretty under those MAC lights. Those lights make everything look nice in MAC. They know what they're doing. So this is what the color looks like up close. It's a very, very, very pretty, like pale kind of glittery pretty color. I don't know how to explain it. So if you haven't tried it yet, you should definitely swatch it and see if it'll work for you as a highlighter. So the thing I went in the store to get was a concealer, another one of my Pro Longwear concealers in the color NW45. I use this for my under eye concealer. Sometimes I mix it with the NW40, but I find that it could be a little bit chalky if I don't do a good ratio. I can't do 1-to-1. It needs to be like more of this than the NW40. I don't know. It takes a lot of math and science, and when I'm half asleep doing my makeup, I don't got time for that. So a lot of the times I will just use this, apply it with my beauty blender, and be out the door and good to go. It can read a little orange, but I have red undertones, so I think it works well with my skin tone. But this is my favorite concealer of all time. If you haven't tried MAC's Pro Longwear concealers, or any of their concealers for that matter, I think you're missing out. They are a little bit more pricey than, you know, a drugstore concealer, but for the payoff that you get, the fact that they don't crease, you don't get any type of lines under your eyes with these, I think it's definitely worth it. And I will probably continue to buy these forever, so love her. So moving on to the eyes, I picked up a pressed pigment. I don't own any pressed pigments by MAC, but when I saw this blue color, I was blown away. The name of it is Midnight. Look at that. Just beautiful. She is so pretty. And of course, the lady in the store came over. She was like, oh, you think that's pretty? And then she put another shadow underneath it and then put the pressed pigment on top. It was just looking like just Jesus coming down from heaven. And I was like, oh my God, I have to have that. So I got it. I haven't worn it yet, but this would be very, very pretty for some type of nighttime look when I just want to give y'all a little sparkle, a little razzle. And I'm looking forward to using her. MAC also had a new line out. I don't know what the name of it is. Don't ask. But they had a lot of fluid lines, those gel like eyeliners, and this color just drew me in so much. I think the name of it is Siahi. It's spelled S-I-A-H-I. And look at this color. Look at that. It's like a turquoisey blue type of color. It's so pretty. And I did put a swatch of it on my hand when I was in the store. It's one of those colors that you could just wear under your eye, or you could use it as a gel liner. Words can't explain it. They had a lot of different colors in those fluid lines, and I couldn't buy them all, so I had to pick one, and that one was my favorite. It's kind of like an indigo color, a very bluish green, turquoise type of thing. So if that's your thing, go check her out too. I picked up a few things that have been on my wish list forever. MAC brushes, and I picked up 4. Don't talk about the fact that they have makeup on them because I used them to put on my eyeshadow today, so that's why they're dirty. The first brush I picked up is number 224. This is a tapered blending brush. I normally use this just to put my transition color in, you know, just put that in there and then just sling her back and forth like a windshield wiper movement. Another brush I got is the 217 brush. I've been using this to put my crease color in. It's a blending brush as well, but it's a little bit more, it's thicker, it's not as wide and fluffy as the tapered brush, so it's easier to just get that color concentrated in that area that you want to put it in. I got the 239 brush. This is a flat eye shader brush. I use this to pack on those colors on my eyelids, and this is the brush that I spray my Fix Plus on most of the time when I want to get that color on there, sparkling and shining. The last brush I got is the 266 brush. This is a small angled brush. I thought that I was going to use this to line or conceal my eyebrows and just give them like a nice little, you know, definition when I fill them in. However, I feel like this brush is a little too thin for that. I've been using a Sigma brush to do my eyebrows, and I'm still using that brush. So I think that I will probably use this to apply my gel eyeliners or just some type of eyeliner to my eyes, and not necessarily use it to define my eyebrows, because that's what I did purchase this for. But honestly, I'm more of a fan of my Sigma brush than I am of this one, but I'm not going to return it because I'm gonna find something to use her for, so got her too. I wanted to mention something that I picked up from the CCO. A CCO is a cosmetics company outlet. Sometimes they're called a CCS, or a cosmetics company store, and it's not close to my house at all. The one that I went to was very, very far, but I traveled and I ventured out because CCOs are discount makeup stores. I mean, you can find products that have been discontinued, products that stores order too much of, they're not selling it, so they send it to the CCO to try to reap, I guess, some of the money that they spent on those products. And for instance, I got the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. It retails in Sephora, I think, for $37 or $38. I got it at the CCO for $26. The same foundation that's in Sephora right now and at the Estee Lauder counter right now. It's like that bomb. They carry Estee Lauder, MAC, Smashbox, Bobbi Brown. There's some Coach fragrances in there, Clinique, a lot of good brands that I've purchased before, and I literally will spend an hour walking around trying to figure out what I want. I did go the first time trying to find a lipstick that I had wanted that's been discontinued since 2013. My favorite lipstick, Exclusive Event. And I'm very sad because they didn't have it, and I think I'm never going to find it for a decent price because it's on eBay for like $60. Get your life. I'm not finna pay for that. So anyway, moving on to the product that I wanted to talk about. I picked up something from Bobbi Brown. It's a little reflective, so I don't want to blind you, but this is what it is. This is a sparkle powder. I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically a very shiny and silvery powder. I didn't know what this was when I bought it, but I swatched it and I was like, that's interesting. That's pretty, and I'm gonna get it. It's called Veil, and when I went home and Googled it, I realized that it was from their, I think they had like a wedding collection, so brides could use this. I'm thinking all over their body just to give you some type of sparkle. It is very, very sparkly, so it's not something I would put on my face. You could perhaps put it over an eyeshadow if you want to add some glitter to it, but I wore this when I went out for my birthday, and I just kind of dusted it over my chest area, and I don't know, I had on long sleeves, so I didn't put it on my arms, but I was so shiny and glittery when that light hit me on that dance floor. Just looked like a little disco ball, and it was so cute, and I'm just so in love with this. This isn't something that I can wear every day, of course, but if I'm going out or if I just want to be shiny and glittery, I'm glad that I got this because this really gets the job done. I forgot to mention something that I got at Sephora, but I didn't get it during the VIB sale. I've had this for about a month and I haven't even worn it yet, which is another reason why I don't need any more makeup. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Blush Copper. It's a lot of words. It's a very copper blush. They're not playing when they say it's copper. It's the color of a penny. It's true copper. I'm a little scared of it. Let's just be honest. That's why I haven't worn it yet. I've seen some reviews where people say that you should just wear it over top of a blush and not just use it as a blush. It does have shiny little speckles in it, so I'm not a big fan of being too shiny on my face. I will wear a highlighter with a little color in it, but if I have on a highlighter and a shiny blush, that's just no, that's just wrong. So this is what it looks like swatched. I did pick up a lot of the product, and of course it's not blended all the way out, but I just wanted to show you how true that copper color was. It's not a game when it comes to that copper. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to try it out. Hopefully I like it. I'm just gonna have to be very light-handed with it, make sure that I blend it out really well, and I will let you guys know what I think about it. But so far, I'm scared. I am scared of that. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I love you all. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. We're just gonna take a moment of silence for this new hair. And we're back. So if you haven't tried these, it's a solid white square, kind of like a bar of soap, but it's just round. So I'm very